Hi, my name's Katie Gallagher with Gallagher Heating and Cooling. My husband and I own and operate our business in Mason, Ohio. I am our service manager, and I'm here today to talk to you about a few questions that I get asked from our customers. So hopefully I can help you clear up some of those questions. One of them that resonates with me that I'll be talking about today is, how often should I change my furnace filter, and why is it important? So here we are in the mechanical room of my home, my husband and I's home. And what we're looking at is our furnace. I just want to briefly go over this really quick because I know for me, before I got into this business, this was all a mystery. So I'll briefly explain it and how it works, how your air filtration system works within your system for your home. So here we have our furnace. This has a motor inside that actually works all year round to move your air through the system and into your ductwork. So it's moving air for cooling season, it's moving air for heating season all year. It's constantly working. So what it's doing is it's return air, it's called, on this side. It's taking air from the house and it's coming through into the furnace box area, going up through the furnace, and it's coming out into the supply, into the house. So old air, the new filtered air. So everything's passing through the filter on this side, the return air side of your unit. Okay, so typically, as you can see here, your filter is going to be on the outside next to your furnace or air handler. Sometimes they're underneath it here, but mostly they're going to be on the low side or on the down below in your furnace. This is where ours is located. Here's our filter. So now that we know how air comes from our house through our filter into our furnace or air handler and then back into our house, we realize that all your air in your home at some point is going to be passing through your filter. So there's two filters in your home, okay? There's one in your furnace or air handler, and there's one in your body, which is your lungs. So for me, it's important to have a nice clean filter the air before it goes into the furnace rather than having my lungs do the work. Because what these are designed to do, these furnace filters, is take dust, allergens, and debris out of your home's air and give you nice clean air. So it's very important for that reason to change your filter. Another reason it's very important to change your filter is as this gets dirty and compacted with that dust and those allergens and that debris, what it does is it makes the blower that's inside the furnace have to work harder to pull the air. And when that happens, it slows your system down, makes it work harder, and you pay more in utility bills. So not changing your filter, you've got a dirtier home, higher utility bills. If that filter goes even longer duration of time without being changed, it gets really compacted, what can happen is it starts straining the actual components inside your furnace and air handler. Some service examples I can give you as the service manager for our business are, again, the blower motor having to work hard. If that overheats and fails, that's an expensive repair, and that can happen. We've seen it happen quite a bit. Another problem that can occur is in cooling season, when the air is moving through here, it's moving up over your coil, your cooling coil. If it's not getting enough air over that coil, it can freeze this coil. And what happens then, you get water buildup, goes down into your unit, you can get some electrical issues within it. One more example on the service side is during heating season, when this furnace is turned on, there's a firebox inside where the fire occurs and the heat occurs. You need air to pass over that firebox, called the heat exchanger, so that it operates at a low temperature. If not enough air is getting to that firebox, you can get a cracked heat exchanger because it's operating at high temperatures. That is a very expensive repair and can also lead to actual replacement of the system. So there's three good examples on the service side of why to make sure that furnace filter or air handler filter stays nice and clean. So now you realize and understand why it's so important to make sure you have a nice clean furnace filter, okay? So the question most people ask is, well, how frequent do I need to change it? I will say, as a guideline, a 1-inch filter, 1 inch thick, change it every 30 days. At least look at it every 30 days to see if it needs to be changed. A 2-inch filter can go probably 60 days. Again, look at it every month and just see if it looks dirty. If it looks dirty, when in doubt, change it out. 3 to 5 inches, 3 to 5 inch thick, ours down here is a 4-inch filter. 3 to 5 inches thick can go from anywhere from 3 to 6 months before it needs changed. Again, there's a lot of negatives to not changing your filter. When in doubt, swap it out.